welcome everyone. We are Growing Up Without Borders. I'm Chantal.
I'm Julia.
The other two girls are not with us today, so you will not be seeing them. But welcome, 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 welcome. If this is your very first time watching us on our live Q&A, just feel free to ask us any questions. Let us know if you can hear us okay, because today we are at a special conference here in Orlando, Florida, and there might be a lot of background noise because there are so many kids here. So comment and let us know if the sound is okay, and if not, I'll plug in a mic for you guys to be able to hear. So we're doing something a little bit different. Every Saturday we've been doing our live Q&As on Facebook and on YouTube. Today we're just doing on YouTube so that it's just easier, and because we want to get out and go meet some of the people over in the exhibit hall next door. So gosh, so much has happened since last time we saw you guys. So here we go. I'm gonna quickly say hello to everyone joining in. So hola, ¿qué tal everyone? Thank you guys so much for all those warm welcomes from Guatemala. It's amazing, you know, we did our videos on El Salvador and we had so many people welcome us to the country, and now Guatemala is just like unbelievable. Everyone's so welcoming there, and it's just everyone, I guess, in Central America is just super friendly, super nice, and it's awesome. So Julia.
Yeah, so things we've been up to in so far in Orlando, we've actually, something we did for the first time is go to an escape room, and that was so much fun. We did a heist one, and it was really
amazing.
fun.
Let's talk a little bit about Orlando, because I know most people know Orlando. Most people have been maybe to Orlando before. I mean, if you've never been to Orlando, comment and let us know, so that if this is like something, sound is good? Oh, thank you. Good. Perfect. So if you've never been to Orlando
is like the entertainment hub. There's so much you can do.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna call it let's call it, we're gonna officially brand Orlando as the activity capital of the world. Growing Up Without Borders is calling it that. Hey, from Miami, Florida. Yes, we are super close to you. So
yeah, we've been like up to a lot, because there's, like we were saying, there's so much you can see and do here. And like things that you can do as well, what we did this past week, it's like dinner and a show. So we went to one that was a medieval dinner. That was just really fun.
yes, Andrew, I just saw Andrew's comment. He's planning his trip to Orlando as we speak. So this is really cool, because we're gonna post maybe one more set of Instagram stories. I'm not sure if you've ever been on Instagram or Instagram stories, but if you click on the top on the Instagram page, we are putting little mini clips and little mini videos live, and so we've already done so much, and all the different activities we'll quickly highlight so you get an overview of what's to see and do here. Now, we used to live in Orlando when the girls were younger, and we didn't do half the stuff because we did Disney all the time, because they were into Disney, and you know, they were Disney fans, and we were all Disney fans. We still are. But we didn't do some of the other things like Julia's saying.
Like something we did yesterday as well was Wonderworks. It's like an upside down house that has a lot of activities. That was really fun.
Yes, they really know how to bring a lot of people in, and even though there are so many people here in the city, you don't really feel overcrowded because of so much entertainment that goes on. And so tell them a little bit more. I don't know.
We were at Animal Kingdom the other day, and we went to experience the new Pandora area. You felt like you were in a different world. They did a fantastic job just designing everything.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. Disney and the Disney experience in general is just amazing.
And that ride, like where you're like flying, there's one where you like fly, and it's just, you feel like you're in it. It's just
so cool. So where we are today is something like just amazing, because if you don't know already, we homeschool our 3 girls. So obviously you can't have them in a school system and travel around the world. That doesn't work. So we started homeschooling them already 3 years ago. So this is year 3. And our girls are in 9th grade, 7th grade, and 5th grade. So that converts, for those of you who are in the US, Julia would be a freshman in high school. And Chloe, oh sorry, it's getting really loud. There are so many kids here, by the way. It's like all the families that are homeschooling in Florida come to this conference. It's a 3 or 4 day conference, I believe. Is it 3 or 4?
20.
It's let me see here, 23rd to the 25th, yeah, so. Yeah, 3 days, non-stop, and they do sessions. So they have sessions for parents who are either just starting, or they are very well kind of immersed into homeschooling, and they have all these different subjects. Let me just show you how many they do. That many, that's just one day. And you
And
can
yeah,
go.
there's
and
like a whole hall of all the textbooks you would need and all the different programs and stuff.
Yeah,
So.
and this is for us huge. So we didn't even know this was happening, and until a day ago when my friend was like, "Hey, did you know there's a homeschool convention, one of the biggest ones here in Orlando?" And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" So we like rushed over to come in and see. So I've already done and seen and met with some of the vendors, but we're gonna go back in again. And like Julia said, you can buy books and see and in the United States, there are so many options for homeschooling. It's not like other countries. First of all, let us know where you're watching from. I'm really curious to know, because that'll give me an indication as to if you're kind of, you know what it's like. Because if you're in Florida, it's very normal to homeschool. But for example, for us, where we are in Switzerland, there's cantons right beside where we live. You're from the UK, awesome, Andrew. So in Switzerland, there's cantons where it's illegal to homeschool, and where we live, it's legal. Now, in other countries like Germany is completely illegal. And that was installed when Hitler, believe it or not, was in power. He made a rule and a regulation that it's illegal to homeschool, and that law was never lifted. So, your girls, you must be doing good. The girls, I guess you can call it, I don't like the word like world schooling in a sense, because for me it has like a name to me like, oh, it's a bit flaky, or they're not following a curriculum, because they are following a curriculum.
Hi.
But the girls are world schooling. So explain to everyone, Julia's getting sidetracked.
There's kids up there like
From Denmark, welcome.
Yeah, so we have like our normal program for like the math and science, more like that, and then for geography and history, well, we just like learn it as we go, kind of. And then we're always like, yeah, going on walking tours or going to science centers, and then
like museums and historical sites. I mean, going back, so before we started our YouTube channel, we would go to places like Greece, and we were going to see like 3,000-year-old ruins, and they were still in school. And it was really interesting because in school, you know, they were learning sometimes about Egyptians or the Greeks or this or that, and then we would have opportunities to take them to Turin in Torino, I guess, in Italy, and there they have a whole huge museum that is an Egyptian museum with mummies, and so they learned so much. So in Iraq, is it legal to homeschool in Iraq? That's a good question. See, every country's different, right? But you would not believe it. If you come here and you start talking to people, it's like almost like every other person homeschools their children. It's crazy. So it's nice for us because you get so many opportunities to meet other families and also see the curriculums that are accessible. So back to your homeschooling, when they travel, there's nothing like going to a country and learning from that country, right? How does homeschooling get the children into college or university? You're Canadian. I didn't read the rest of that. So here's the interesting thing. So in here, they have all these different colleges, yes, as well. And then they have preparations. So there's a whole bunch of courses that they're offering on how to prepare the kids for college and university. But a lot of the curriculums, they have tests and exams. Explain a little bit yours, how it works. So do you want me to help you? So probably a personal question, how do you all travel so much? That's a great question. How do we all travel so much? So my husband and I work from home. When we first were married, we started our company together, and we do a lot of online marketing for companies, and we manage websites. So we manage hotel websites and like every kind of company website, basically, from lawyers to accountants to hotels and spas and resorts and conference centers and like you name it. And so we work from home so we can structure our days, and we have a whole team that works with us. So it's not just my husband and I. We manage a team, and that's what we do for work. So I kind of wear three hats, if you will, right? Homeschooling is a whole new role in itself. There's our friend Florence saying hello, bonjour, bonjour.
So for like school, basically, well, yeah, there's like tests on our like maths and science and like part of the program. And then, for example, every 2 years in Switzerland, we had to do like our state exams.
Mm-hmm. Like here would be called like a SAT test,
yeah.
SAT test.
And then, like for example, in Switzerland, if you go to college, high school, well, you need like to go into high school in Switzerland. Basically, I think you would need to do a German test and then just like an entry test.
Entry test.
And I think if you did high school at home, you just do a test saying that you've completed it, and maybe get like a letter or something.
Yes. The other thing is, where our girls are going to be going to school in Switzerland, they have apprenticeship programs for every kind of profession. So if you want to become a waiter, a cook, a pastry chef, like any kind of profession, let's say you just want to be an office administrator, so you go to school for 1 day, usually a week, and you work for 4 days in that profession. So you actually are in the field working at a business. So you're learning everything from A to Z, and then you go learn your textbook kind of work, and a lot of times the teachers that they have are people in that profession as well. So it's really a really good system. And apprenticeships over there start as early as the age of 16, 17-ish, right? So already when they're 18, 19, they're fully trained in a profession and ready to be into the workforce. So it's quite different than they would have in other countries. And so that is if they're doing that type of schooling. If they were going to do high school university type of program, well then they do high school, and then of course they go to a university. So it's very different, but here they do have different tests and entry tests and such to get into universities, and you have to have high scores to be able to apply for scholarships and everything. As you probably already all know, if you don't, the United States, it's very expensive to do schooling. So it's not like in Europe, like someone there was from Denmark. Well, in Europe, school is pretty much free, right? So Florence is asking, where are we? Nous sommes en Floride, Florence. We're right back home, if you can imagine, right where we used to live. So let me talk a little bit quickly about this really cool site as well that we found not too long ago. If you haven't seen our other videos, our other lives, we joined a site called Home Exchange. And I'm gonna, after I put the video, after it's live, I'll make sure in the description you can go and click our link, because that helps us out as well. Keeps us on the road. Every little bit helps, right? And so the way Home Exchange works is you can put your home on Home Exchange. It's a website, and there's like thousands upon thousands of homes available all around the world, and you can request to book a home, and then you get points for booking out your home, and then you can exchange your points, or you can do an actual exchange, and it doesn't have to be at the same time. You can bank it for a different time, and so on and so forth. So that's been phenomenal, because right now, you guys, we are staying over on the Atlantic side in this beautiful, amazing, gorgeous home with everything. And the best thing about having a home exchange is that you're not in a hotel room. You have a kitchen, and oftentimes the people have all their spices there. They have all, like, you know, just extra things that you need for, you know, your daily use, you know, washer, dryer, all those things. So it is awesome. They even have paddle boards. So we may have to go out paddleboarding. The only thing is if you guys don't know already, there are crocodiles. No, wrong thing. Alligators in Florida. So we're just not sure.
Well, if it's on the Atlantic and it's sea salt water, they won't normally be there. There could be.
But didn't you read that there were alligators? Somebody
The
read
lady
that.
said she saw one.
Yeah.
So there could be.
Would you guys go in water where someone's seen an alligator before and like,
I
trust it?
probably wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
I would go if it was like a kayak and I just wouldn't fall off.
Comment and let us know if you would do that.
If you don't tip over, then you're fine.
So there you go. So this is what we're doing. It's so cool. And so I'm going to answer one of the questions somebody had last week. Let me just reread it. Somebody
said about
Central America, and I told them
if we can do like a video.
Yes, I told them I would respond on our live. And so if they're watching, here's your answer. So they were homeschooling 2 high schoolers, and they wanted to know about traveling to Central America.
They're asking, if we went back and forth.
Oh,
no,
yes.
It's been just doing one big trip.
Okay, if we're confusing you guys, we're really sorry, because we're doing our Facebook Lives and our YouTube Lives on Saturdays, but our whole trip is being posted post-travels. So right now, tomorrow, you're gonna watch a video on Belize, but we're actually here. So we're not going back and forth. Our trip started in Panama, and we worked our way up through Central America into Texas, over Louisiana, and now here in Florida. But our videos, like I said, are being posted afterwards. So the question, though, they were asking about Central America was like tips and about bugs and mosquitoes and the best time of the year to go and all that. So maybe what we could do is like a recap video of our trip to Central America and share with you guys. Would you have any tips for them? I wouldn't worry about mosquitoes, just bring natural mosquito repellent. But there are something called no-see-ums.
And yeah, towards kind of like, the Gulf,
certain areas. The Gulf side has a lot of them, depending.
The Caribbean, more so, yeah.
Caribbean Ocean has a lot more of the no-see-ums than the other side. The Pacific side doesn't have as many.
No. Well, Caribbean water as well, like nice.
I wouldn't.
Pacific's more colder.
If you were going, I don't know that I would go. It does get cold. Like for example, if you're going to Costa Rica or to Nicaragua, on the Pacific side during the winter months, it gets very, very windy.
Cold the water.
Yeah, and the water's quite cold, believe it or not. So it's not the best time to
And
go.
the Caribbean's quite warm though.
Yes. So I don't know, but we can maybe comment down below if you guys have questions, and we'll really nail it down to help you guys out. I know some people, I apologize for those who have messaged me with a lot of itinerary and their plans and suggestions and stuff like that. We try to get back to everybody, but we just are having a hard time keeping up with all the comments and all the wonderful questions that you guys have. So
and I would say if they want like a really cool and different experience, like kind of exotic, definitely go to Nicaragua. You'll just such a different experience, or El Salvador even, like, you know.
Yeah, it's not like any other,
Costa
right?
Rica, Mexico, they're kind of more developed, so it's kind of Belize. Well, no, actually Belize is still an experience, but Guatemala as well.
It's all.
It's
just
all
go
an
do it
experience.
all.
Yeah, do the whole
Do the whole thing.
zip through it.
Yes, you can. You can do it quite fast and see quite a bit of different things. So Florence is asking, I'll translate it. She's asking if we miss Nicaragua. Well, you know what? Do we? Do you miss it?
San Juan de Sur it was such, like I said, like such a different experience. So
I love Central America, but I kind of love everywhere we go. And because right now we are somewhere that is so comfortable, we have access to all the stores and all the groceries and friends that we used to have. So we don't miss it. Ça nous manque pas, Florence, she's asking. So.
And then as well, we were thinking about like San Juan de Sur this morning because our adopted brother's birthday is tomorrow, so it was like bring back memories of when you were young.
Yeah, it was
really fun.
So do you guys have any questions? Because we are going to keep it short and sweet today, since we do need to get out there and go meet some of the different companies that are offering homeschool curriculums, and we are working on our homeschool video. For those of you who are interested in homeschooling and traveling, we can show you what we use and the best sites that we use, because the thing is we travel with 6 little suitcases and a backpack each.
5.
So 5. There's only 5 of us. What am I saying? 5. And then we have extra little bags as we go. So the thing is that we don't have room to carry like a big suitcase full of books, right? And when you think of school, well, how many books do you usually have? Like so many books. So we don't do that. We have other sites that we use and for different resources. So sometimes we have some for math and algebra, others for the languages and what have you, and then we have some for languages. So we're putting together a nice video for those of you who are interested to see how we do it and what our day and our schedule looks like when we're on the road and then when we're home, so that we can share that with you. Yes, there you go. So tomorrow you guys are gonna get a really cool tour of a place called Hopkins Bay in Belize. We had an amazing time there, so make sure to watch that video. Share our videos, subscribe, of course, as always. Give us a big thumbs up.
Keep on commenting.
Yes. Someone quickly is asking, so Florence is asking if the girls are still learning French. We, she says we.
I'll continue.
So the girls are learning French. It's not in our curriculum as much as it should be. And
we have a book, French book.
But they've been learning a lot of Spanish. So, ¿hablas español, Julia?
Sí.
Sí, claro que sí. ¿Poquito o más?
Poquito.
Un poquito. Ayer habló en español todo el tiempo con una mujer aquí. There you go. I spoke Spanish with this lady that was here for like hours. It was amazing. So, but we can all get by in Spanish, which is good.
We understand more than we can speak. And the pronunciation.
Yes. So from our family to yours, happy weekend, happy Saturday to you all, wherever you are watching from, and love you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.